Welcome to the Mainspringer channel. I'm Parikh and wish you all a very happy 2022. If you are new to this channel or haven't done so before, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified on future videos I post. Thank you very much. With this, let's get into today's video. Today, in this video, we're going to look at the state of my collection, what watches have made it into the collection, and what have left in the year 2021. Let's get started. The first watch in my collection is the Reverso Tribute to 1931. I made a video about this very recently, and I will add a link in the description below. But this is one of my dress watches in the collection. It is a manual wind watch, wears extremely great and slim on the wrist. And I've had this watch in my collection for about 6 years now, and I really love it. I don't think this piece is going anywhere. The next watch in my collection is the Bulgari Octo Finissimo Tadao Ando limited edition piece of 200. I believe this watch came out in the year 2020. It is a collaboration between Bulgari and a Japanese architect, Tadao Ando. This watch, being the Octo Finissimo, is extremely thin, but it also wears fantastically on the wrist. It is a little bit slab-sided and large, but the thinness truly makes up for the size and the spread of the watch on your wrist. I think it wears more like a bracelet. This was a new addition into my collection in the year 2021. In order to get this piece, I basically sold my Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman on a Jubilee bracelet, and I think it was the best trade I ever made. I'll have a review of the Bulgari Octo Finissimo coming soon on the channel. The next watch in my collection is a Rolex GMT Master 2 Root Beer. If you're familiar with the GMT line, this is the Root Beer watch, and to me, one of the favorite two-tone watches that Rolex makes. I think this watch is fantastic, the way the colors play off each other. I had this watch and the Batman on the Jubilee, and it wasn't really even a contest. That's why I got rid of that watch and kept this one permanently in my collection. The rose gold tones complementing the steel and the black colors are just beautiful, and this one will continue to stay in my collection. This watch was also a new addition for the year 2021. I actually traded a Grand Seiko SBGW 253 watch, which is a manual wind Grand Seiko watch. It just was not getting a lot of wrist time, and I had the opportunity to purchase this watch and wanted to really make space in my collection by getting rid of pieces that did not get as much wrist time, and I am in love with this piece. I will do a review of this watch also very soon on the channel. The next watch is the Grand Seiko SBG A413, also known as the Cherry Blossom. I have done a video of this watch in the past, and it is one of my favorite titanium watches. Super light, extremely comfortable to wear, and this watch gets a ton of wrist time. It is mostly a part of my daily rotation. I really love this piece. The next watch in my collection is the SBGH 269. I have done a review of this watch also in the past. Once again, a limited edition Grand Seiko, limited to 900 pieces. I got this watch after looking at the review of Adrian on Bark and Jack. This watch again has been in my collection for about 2 years. I purchased this about the same time as I purchased the Cherry Blossom, and both of these pieces have been a staple in my collection for the entire duration. And now we're getting into the Tudor watches that I own, starting with the newest addition to the collection. This one is the Tudor Black Bay 925, the silver watch. I've been a fan of the Black Bay line in terms of what Tudor is doing, but personally the watches did not speak to me because I really felt of both the Black Bay 58 and the Black Bay Blue more as homage watches to the back catalog of Tudor, and that did not really appeal to me. But when I saw the Black Bay Silver, I just fell fell in love with this piece. I thought this watch is fantastic. Being made out of silver, the colorway is amazing. It is just a beautiful dial. The top color actually really complements the shine of the silver. Overall, I think this is a fantastic watch. At 39 millimeters, it fits beautifully on my wrist, and this watch is going to get a ton of wrist time in the year 2022. So this was my very recent addition to my collection. The next watch in my collection is, of course, one of my favorites. It's the Tudor Pelagos ETA Movement 2-liner. I think this is one of the most beautiful watches in my collection. I really love this watch. It is my beater watch. I wear this more often than not, along with the Cherry Blossom. And what can I say? This is a tough beast and a precursor to, any watch that Rolex introduces with a titanium case, which could possibly happen in the year 2022. So let's wait and see. But this is where it all began. And to me, this watch conveys the sense of adventure and spirit that we expect of the Tudor watch company. Now we're really getting into some of the vintage pieces of my collection. This one is a Tudor Advisor from the year 1957. This was one of the first Tudor Advisor watches. The Advisor is a watch in the Tudor line that has a mechanical alarm, and this, if I'm not wrong, based on their catalog, this was the first Tudor Advisor watch. This is where I started falling in love with Tudor as a watch company, because they dared to do things that were different and a lot more adventurous than what Rolex did. The next watch is also a Tudor Advisor. However, this Tudor Advisor was made in the year 1970. This is a black dial Tudor Advisor with a case that is unlike anything that Rolex has in their catalog. It is a very distinct case. Once again, a nicely domed acrylic crystal on this one that makes the watch wear pretty tall. This is a 35 millimeter case, and again, wears really well on the wrist. This one is also a vintage piece, along with all the other remaining couple of watches that I have. Everything going forward is vintage. The next two watches, I'm going to show them side by side because they are both Tudor Oyster Prince watches. The one on the right side is from the year 1952. This one is from the year 1957. Both of them represent two different dial variations of the Tudor Oyster Prince that were used in the British North Greenland expedition. And this was an expedition that started in the year 1952 as an exploration of the Greenland territory by the British government. And Tudor outfitted the entire expedition team with the Tudor Oyster Prince watches. This was before Rolex made a watch that went on to Mount Everest. And to me, these two watches signify the adventurous spirit of Tudor and really are the precursor watches to the use of the Rolex in the Everest expedition. These watches just proved how tough the Tudor and the Rolex family watches can be. And that is it. That is the state of my collection. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I will be making a review of the Tudor silver watch along with the Rolex GMT Master 2, Rose Gold Two-Tone, and the Bulgari Octo Finissimo in up-and-coming videos. I hope you enjoyed the state of the collection. If you have any comments, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I really enjoy reading your comments and responding to them. Also, if you have not, please like and subscribe to this video. I really appreciate it. It really helps grow the channel. Thank you for watching and have a great 2022.